Hi guys, welcome back to my page. This video has been long overdue for sure, but here it is. So as you guys may or may not know, I did do a juice fast and I ended up doing 60 days. I started out intending to do at least 30 days and up to 90. So I ended up stopping at 60. So if you want to know more about my fast, my journey, and how it went, then continue watching. Okay. Okay. So, um, I started my juice fast on March 17th, and I ended it on the May 15th. So that was a total of 60 days. So I'll start out with how much weight I lost. So where I started and where I ended. So I started out at 202.8 pounds. That was my starting weight. Now I will just kind of throw this in there. Based on how much I lost the next day, a lot of that probably was some water weight and just I had just came back from out of town and I wasn't eating the greatest because I mean who really does when they travel, you know? Except if you're on a juice fast. Um, so I wasn't eating the greatest. So came back home that Sunday and I started on that Monday, which was 317. And the following day I had already lost what was it, 4 pounds. So well 4.8. So almost 5 pounds. So I do think a lot of that was just some water weight or whatever. I don't know. Um but yeah. So my final weigh in, I weighed myself the next morning. So the morning of the 16th, and I weighed 170.6 pounds. So that was a total of 32.2 pounds that I lost. Um, so losing that amount of weight in 2 months, it was, you don't really see that too much unless you're a heavier person. At my size, I like if I tried to lose that weight now, a juice fast, it would probably work. But ideally, 8 pounds a month is the average that someone would lose if they're not like obese, maybe. So losing over 30 pounds in 60 days was definitely an accomplishment that I'm very proud of. And yeah, I'm just really happy that I was able to do it. And it was definitely one of the big benefits of me doing the juice fast. So I was really happy with that. I had been in a space where I was trying to lose weight and I felt kind of stuck. I just felt like not that nothing was working. I was just struggling with being consistent. And this juice fast just kind of, it accomplished the weight loss without me having to worry about being consistent because my purpose and my reason for going on the juice fast was bigger than losing weight. That was probably the last thing for me as far as like on the list of my whys. It was nice. I knew it would happen, but it wasn't. I had other things that were top priority for me going into this juice fast, which I'll get into now. The reason that I decided to do this juice fast, one was spiritual. That was the biggest thing. I was really fasting for things that only God could do. It was just things that I needed God to work on in my life, and one of them being uh, us not moving. My husband is military, and um, we got orders to New Mexico, and we didn't want to go to New Mexico, but it just so happened that the way that things took place, we ended up not having to go, and we actually found out while we were on the juice fast because my husband did do 30 days with me. So I want to say at the end of his 30 days was when we found out. It was in April when we got the news that we did not have to leave, but we are stationed somewhere else in this state, but we don't have to move to New Mexico. So that's the amazing thing. So it was that, and then my health, as I have kind of shared, we have been trying to have another child, and I have been trying to get rid of a fibroid and two cysts that I had. My main focus was the fibroid because I thought that that was probably causing the most issues as far as conceiving. And I just kind of was like, okay, the cysts, they'll be fine. But no, the cysts were actually pretty important. So the cysts were actually causing the pain that I was having. I had a really sharp pain throughout the month on my right side, and I found out that the cysts were actually causing that. That was one of the reasons. That was the other main reason that I wanted to go on this fast was to get rid of the fibroids and the cysts. I had watched testimonials and videos and everything, and people have done juicing, people have done raw, like high raw, like fruits and vegetables and everything. People have really switched up their diets to get rid of their fibroids. So I just felt like, well, in combination with me leaning on God and praying and reading the Bible and really fasting and giving it to God while also using what He provided for us to use to heal and for nourishment, which is fruits and vegetables and herbs. I just felt like, well, doing them both together is, that's very powerful. Um, so that and just other things in my life that I was really fasting for spiritually. But ultimately, this fast was more spiritual than it was for physical or for aesthetics or anything or for vanity, should I say. How I felt. So, uh, I have to say, like, I've watched so many videos on people doing a juice fast, and they all usually say that they have never felt better than they have when they were on the juice fast. When I say that that is not a lie, they are telling the truth. Going on a juice fast, especially for an extended period of time, once you get through the hard part, the first few days, especially if you're going through caffeine withdrawal for the first 3 days, once you get past that and you really get in a rhythm of it and you really accept that, hey, I'm not eating food, I am only drinking juice and water. Once you get to that point, when I tell you, you feel amazing. You have so much energy. You would not, like, if you've never done this before, you would not think that it's possible to have so much energy on a juice fast. But I had so much energy. I did not exercise a lot, but I would walk sometimes. I'd get on a treadmill. I think I may have gone to the gym a couple of times, maybe. No, I didn't. I don't think so. I don't think I did. But I did work out. I worked out at home. Just I wasn't the most consistent with it. Juicing takes up time, and life is still happening when you're on a juice fast. So you really have to manage your time well. Um, but yes, I felt amazing. My skin was clear. I had plenty of energy. I slept amazing. I slept amazing. I slept amazing. When I say, like, I don't even, it's not that I have trouble sleeping now, but I do tend to toss and turn. But I slept like a baby, like during my juice fast. I slept amazingly. So if you do have issues with sleeping, I think a juice fast could definitely help. I felt lighter. I felt happy. I felt more joyful. I was in a good mood for the most part. I mean, obviously, I'm still human. I was still going through things, but I feel like I was in a pretty like positive mood most of the time. I also encouraged others to try it, and I think that was really nice uh, because I mean that's what I set out to do. That's why I have this channel. So yeah, so that's how I felt. Yeah, I just felt amazing. I did incorporate some green juices that had vegetables in it, but most of my juices, all of my juices had fruit in them. But most of them were on the sweeter side because I mean, who wants to drink unsweetened juice? I don't know how people can do that every single day or not every day having one or two of those juices is fine, but I don't know how people could just primarily drink vegetable juices. I couldn't do it. um but yes, I drank 64 ounces a day, which towards the end I found out I probably wasn't drinking enough, so then I started to increase how much I was drinking. I'll actually get the bottles to show you guys. Okay, so this, sorry. Okay, so this is my 32 ounce jar, and this is my 16-ounce jar. So I would drink typically 4 of these a day, or 1 of these and then 2 of these, or 2 of these and that's it. Or, and sometimes I may drink a little more, like maybe 1 extra 16 ounce. But remember, I was, just keep in mind that I was also drinking water during this time too. So uh yeah, but I did realize um that I probably wasn't drinking enough. Even though I felt good, I felt amazing, and even trying to force myself to drink more was difficult because I got to a point where I wasn't even really getting hungry. Even like in the mornings, I wasn't really hungry, so I would drink my juice at a certain point at work, and I I don't know, I just wasn't really hungry at a certain point. I just wasn't getting hunger pains, and I just felt fine. So I really had to force myself and be mindful of like drinking more. And the reason why I decided to drink more, and the reason why I realized that I wasn't drinking enough, is because I wasn't, this is gonna get where it's like a little nasty, okay? Um, I wasn't using the bathroom consistently. I wasn't using it often at all. Like I would go a week or two without going to the bathroom, and obviously not peeing, because I would. You're drinking juice, you're gonna pee. You're gonna pee a lot. If you're not peeing on a juice fast, that is a huge problem. I wasn't going to the bathroom consistently, so I started to do research. Now I have done so much research on juice fast, so I am aware that you're not going as much because you're not getting all of the fiber that you were getting before. You're not having anything to really push your waste out of your system. So I was aware that you may not go a lot during a juice fast, but I did understand that at a certain point you should start going. And I think once I hit maybe around the 45, 50 day-ish point, I realized that, hey, maybe I need to figure out like how can I get my bowels moving. So I did that, and I found out that maybe I needed to drink more. I did start to drink more, which was hard, but I did start to drink more, and I started to go. Um, so that was very helpful. So I would suggest, if you decide to do a juice fast, just make sure you're getting, I think I was advised to double it, but I didn't. I probably doubled. I probably drank like 132 ounces, or what is it? What is 64 plus 64? 128 ounces. I probably drank that a couple of days out of my whole fast, and it did help me to get things moving. But I would say at minimum try to get let's say 96 ounces in, you know. Um I think that's pretty much what I started to do. And yeah, I started to get things moving a little more. So that was that. Just really be mindful of that. Because you don't want to. I never felt backed up or anything, but I was doing a juice fast / juice cleanse, and I wanted to get my system cleaned out. And I think had I decided to go longer, I really would have accomplished that. But based on how long I went and just how much I ended up going towards the end, I just don't think that I completely cleaned my system out. Was it difficult? It is difficult, especially at first, and it's difficult when you have events to go to. My daughter had her 16th birthday. I did make a video about that where we went out to eat. My husband and I kind of just sat over at the table. We were all together, but we had our own little table, and it was kind of like we were on a date. But yeah, I didn't eat, so that was difficult. And I went to my friend's baby shower where there was food, and I did not eat there, and that was difficult because there was some, I think it was like rasta pasta or something that someone made, and apparently it was really good. So That would have been nice to try. But all in all, like I was okay. And that the baby shower was actually in New York. And I mean, again, who doesn't eat badly when they travel? Like I definitely wanted to eat. And so that was difficult traveling and attending an event that had food. It was just a little difficult. Traveling back home to Virginia a couple of times during my fast, it was a little difficult not being able to eat. But for the most part, day to day, it was not difficult. At work, my coworker having food sometimes. Sometimes it felt difficult, sometimes it wasn't. But mainly towards the end, it started to get more difficult for me because I'm like, I really want some food. And I started to actually crave different foods, which actually I found out is the sign that your body is detoxing when it starts to crave things. How did I break the fast? I broke the fast with watermelon. But I was so impatient and I've done so much research on this. I've done so much research and I still did horribly breaking the fast. I will not do this again. At least I don't think I would. But I broke the fast of watermelon. I had my big container of watermelon it's literally my watermelon bowl. So I broke it with that, and then I was actually at work, and I was just like, I want some food. Like once, it's funny because I decided I would break my fast. That I would do 60 days and then break my fast the next day. And I was kind of hesitant. I'm like, this is bittersweet. Like I want to keep going because I'm like, I'm really in it. But at the same time, I am ready to eat. I'm ready to eat. So I was so ready to eat something. So I once I finally broke it at work and I had my watermelon, I was like, okay, that's it. It's done. Because you can't go back after that point. So I ate the watermelon throughout the day at work, and then I was like, it's almost time to get off, and I can actually eat technically. So I really wanted something like vinegary. Um, so what I did was I was like, I'm going to get my vegan tacos from this Mexican restaurant near my not it's in the area. Um and they're made from like hibiscus flowers, but it's like they soak in vinegar or something. But I love them. So I ordered them and then they canceled my order because they didn't have the tacos at the time. So I was kind of irritated, but then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab some sushi. So I went and got two cucumber avocado rolls with some soy sauce and dipped it in that. And I was like, this is the best sushi ever. And it was just some basic cucumber avocado rolls, but it was so good. I still remember like that moment. Um, and then it kind of just went downhill from there. I was just eating. I still was eating fruit and stuff, and I still was juicing. I still had juices maybe for like breakfast and stuff. At this point, I'm not a huge breakfast person. I would rather have something light like fruit or juice, but something light. Like I've just really gotten to a point where I just don't want to start my day off heavy. I was still doing good for breakfast, but then just kind of knowing that I could eat, I was just like, what do I want today? And then the next day, what do I want today? What do you want today, Gigi? You worked for this. So I did not do good with breaking my fast. And I would definitely do it differently if I could do it all over again for sure. So just keep that in mind. You're gonna probably want food, but just take it slowly because my stomach was messed up. It was messed up. Especially for like the first few days, it was definitely messed up. So keep that in mind. Other than that, I will definitely post my before and after pictures for you so you can really see like how different I look. I think that because of my shape, it can be difficult for people to see like really when I gain weight and when I lose weight, depending on how much weight it is. But looking back on pictures, I really could see the difference. Even at work, I started like maybe in the last 2 weeks of my fast, I started to like get questions like, "Are you losing weight?" And I'm just like, I done lost about 25 pounds, and you're just now noticing. But I get it. I'm also always in my office, so people don't see me all the time. But yeah, because of my shape, it can be. I think it's just kind of difficult for people to really see a difference unless it's like kind of like a big difference in my weight. So, yeah. Since then, I've gained about 10 pounds of that back, which in a way, it's understandable. I knew I would gain about 5 to 10. That's usually what I see when I see people in their juice fast. They typically gain some of it back because at this point you're eating, your body's holding on to salt and all of these different things. So yeah, so now I'm at a point where I'm working on getting back focused with whole food plant based, not completely 100%, but primarily whole food plant based, increasing my vegetable intake, and just trying to really get on track. I think I've actually been doing a good job with the exception of some days. But yeah, I've really been trying to get back focused, and that's just my goal for now. And just getting back into moving my body more. I've been going on walks. If you haven't listened to my wisdom walk that I posted, was that earlier this week, I believe? Feel free to listen to that while you exercise, while you go on a walk. I'll probably start to post those more often. I'll see. I was kind of like, should I take that down? Should I not? I don't know. I don't know. Um, and I've also gotten into rebounding. Guys, rebounding is fun. It is fun. It's so much fun. It is. So I've been doing that. So yeah, so my goal is just to really focus on my health without being too hard on myself. I may do another juice fast at some point, but one thing that I will say, oh, I do have to give an update on my cyst and fibroid and everything. But one thing I will say is that the next time I do a fast, especially if it's for spiritual reasons, I'm going to keep it to myself until I'm done. And then I may share my journey. But I really kind of felt convicted because even though my heart was in the right place as far as sharing my juice fast while I was on the journey, I do know that biblically we are not to tell people that we're fasting unless you don't want to lie. If someone says, well, why aren't you eating, you could just say, well, I'm not hungry, or you could say, well, I'm fasting right now, because I definitely got the pressure to eat. My father was definitely trying to get me to eat, and I had to just tell him like, hey, I'm fasting right now. And even then he was trying to get me. He was like, well, I won't tell nobody if you won't. And I'm like, well, God knows everything. God sees it all. So it's not about people. But yeah, so I will definitely keep it to myself and keep it between me and God, as much as I can in the future. And then just, of course, like I said, share my journey afterwards. And then as far as the update on my cysts and my fibroids, which is actually one of the reasons that for why it's taken me so long to make this video, because I did want to I wanted to be able to provide an update on that when I give you the final video from my fast. And I just had that appointment last week. So both cysts are gone. Yay. The fibroid is still there. Now, my doctor did say that the fibroid is really small, which it was before anyway. She said it's like, if you look at your pinky, she said it's like less than like the tip of my pinky. So she's saying it's really not that big. So it's probably not causing the conception issues. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. But ultimately, what God has for me will be for me. And if it's not, then it's not. I'm just really happy and blessed to have two beautiful daughters. Yeah, she's saying that, the fibroid is small. So I do think that that is something, as long as I'm diligent and consistent, that I can eventually get rid of the fibroid, and that would no longer be of concern to me. But yes, both of the cysts are gone. I have not had that sharp pain in like 3 months. I don't think I've had it since April. So I've really noticed the difference with the juicing, as far as the cyst goes, and that pain. So that's that update, and I'm happy that I was able to give that update to you all, while also making this video. That's all that I have for you guys. I decided to do 60 days because my husband and I's, our anniversary was earlier this month, June 9th, and I wanted to be able to enjoy our anniversary together. For Mother's Day, I did not eat, and I was so frustrated. I actually made a video on that too, because I couldn't eat. He cooked and everything, and it was just like, it was the time spent together as a family was nice, but a part of coming together and celebrating and a part of that experience is sharing meals together. And I just kind of felt like I just felt frustrated, even though I had my juices. So I'm technically sharing a meal with them, but I didn't get to, eat the meal that they were enjoying. So I just was really getting frustrated. So yeah, I wanted to break it in time to where I would allow my stomach and my body time to adjust to eating again, and then I would be ready for our anniversary, which everything went well. So that's that. That was my experience on my juice fast. I hope that you guys are willing to try it because I think it's amazing for anyone to do, especially if you want to restart or you just want to give your body a break, your digestive system a break. It is amazing. I know that I will do another juice fast. I'll probably do many. I just don't know how long, if they'll be 60 days again. I don't know. Maybe. But that's all that I have for you guys. Please, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask them down below. If you've done this before, feel free to share your experience. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.